Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club Calcutta Races Autumn Meeting, third day, Friday, 24th November 2023, the day of our first classic of the season, the Calcutta 1000 Guineas. First race of the day is the Star Team Handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. The first runner we are looking at is Rimmel. Rimmel had to start in race number 3, where it went over 1600 meters. Was in fourth spot as they entered the home straight, then started to make a move down the center and got into a challenging position, but eventually all it could do was finish on third. The winner here was Bashara, who won that race by almost a long neck. Moving on to the second runner, which is Rodrigo. Rodrigo had a start in race number 4 where it went over 1400 meters, was in the lead as they entered the last 200 meters. Then when asked for an effort, Rodrigo did not have anything more to offer and eventually was a little flat-footed, finished on second last of 6 runners. The winner here was Meropi, who won that race very impressively. Number 3 is La Dominate. This start is from the monsoon season in the Coles Trial Stakes, where La Dominate was in 5th spot as they entered the home straight, then took charge and got into a battle with Hornbill, and then there was a late surge by Clifford, and all La Dominate could do was finish on a very close third. Number 4 is Bahulian. The start is from the monsoon season in race number 3, where Bahulian took the turn in 5th spot when asked for an effort, started to gradually drop back and eventually finished on 7th of 9 runners. The winner here was Galacticus, who won that race by almost half a length. Number 6 is Indian Tiger. This is from the current season in race number 12, where Indian Tiger went on a start to finish mission, and then there was a late surge by Jamaica, and Indian Tiger kept on battling and staved off the big cavalry charge and eventually finished on in the money third behind Jamaica, almost 4.5 lengths behind the winner. Number 7 is East Side. This was in the current season in race number 6, where East Side was in 3rd spot as the race came to a boil, and then when asked for an effort down the center, East Side got into a battle with the place getters and eventually fell short and finished on 4th. The winner here was Kalahari Gold, who won that race by almost 2.5 lengths. We move on to the second race of the afternoon, the aggregated handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. The first runner we are looking at is Mandolin. This is from the monsoon season, where Mandolin in race number 28 was in 6th spot as they entered the home straight, then made some late gains and eventually came out and finished on 3rd on the wide outside. And the winner here was Jawai, who won that race very impressively by almost 4 lengths. Number 2 is Hornbill, Orozan out of Mocha Loca. This was in the Coles Trial Stakes, where Hornbill in race number 17 in the monsoon season was in 2nd spot, then got into a very positive position and was challenging the leader, which was La Dominate, and eventually Hornbill was shaping like a winner, but there was a late surge by Clifford and all Hornbill could do was finish on 2nd. Number 4 is Sea Eagle. This is from the Phillies Trial Stakes, where Sea Eagle was in 4th spot. This was in the monsoon season in race number 16, and Sea Eagle, then when asked for an effort, was a little flat-footed and did not really accelerate much and eventually finished on 3rd of 4 runners. The winner here was Galacticus, who won that race by almost half a length. We move on to the third race of the afternoon, the Romantic Zeal Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 2000 meters. First runner we are looking at is Whistleblower. This is from the current season, where Whistleblower was a little slowly out of the gates and then took the turn in 10th spot and made some late gains and eventually finished on 7th. This was over 1400 meters, and the winner here was White Roses. Moving on to number 2, One So Wonderful. Its first start on the Calcutta track was very slowly out of the gates, then was racing detached as they entered the home straight. Did not really show any improvement as they entered the home straight. Finished on way back in the rear. The winner here was Jamaica, who won that race by 4.5 lengths. Number 3 is Tiger Shark. This was its start in the current season, where Tiger Shark was a little slowly out of the gates, took the turn in 5th spot, made up a placing as you can see in the claret and gold epaulets, came up and finished on the board 4th behind Raspberry and Green. Number 4 is Sandrin. This was in race number 8, where Sandrin took the turn in 4th spot, then came up with a run down the center and finished on very stylishly. The winner Zuma had already taken a long lead, but Sandrin finished best of the rest in 2nd spot. Number 5 is 67. This was in the monsoon season in race number 19, where 67 took the turn in 4th spot and stayed on in 4th, and the winner here was Dragon's Gold, who won that race by 6.5 lengths. This was over 1600 meters. We move on to the 4th race, the feature race of the day, the first classic of the season, the Calcutta 1000 Guineas 2023 Grade 3 for Indian fillies, 3-year-old, only to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. The first runner we're looking at is Dance Along. Dance Along is Sanus Paraquam by Dancer's Fan. This was in race number 29 in the monsoon season, where Dance Along's this was 2nd victory of the season, where it was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight. When the jockey gave its cue, it started to really accelerate and won that race by 5 lengths, beating East Side in 2nd. Number 2 is Zazara. Zazara so far has finished on the board 3 out of 4 starts, and his last start was in the lead as they entered the home straight. Soon Starkova took over the running, and Zazara kept on finding something and finished on best of the rest, 2nd of 10 runners. Number 3 is Longley, so far winner of 4 of his 6 starts, all over 1200 meters. This start is from the Calcutta monsoon season, where Longley was in 3rd spot. When the jockey asked it to go, it started to accelerate and put daylight between her and the 2nd place runner, which was Rodrigo, and won that race by 6.25 lengths, the mount of Suraj Naredu. Number 4 is Merope. Number 5 is Nautica. Merope so far is unbeaten on the Calcutta tracks, 4 out of 4 starts. This start was in race number 4, where Merope was in 4th spot, then started to accelerate on the wide outside, got into a battle with Clifford, then got stronger as they got closer to the winning post, and Merope won that race by 1.5 lengths. Nautica, who was in 2nd spot, eventually came out and finished on 3rd. Moving on to number 6, 26 Black. 26 Black, 3 starts so far, winner of his first 2 starts. This starts from the monsoon season, where 26 Black raced over 1200 meters, was in 4th spot, then took charge for a while, was flattering like a winner, but there was a late surge by Sea Eagle, and 26 Black had to settle for 2nd spot. Moving on to the 5th race of the day, the Kangaroo Cup for horses rated 81 and above, rated 61 to 86, eligible to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. The first runner we are looking at is Siege Perilous. These are 3 starts it had in the monsoon season. This is the last of his 3 start in race number 31, where it went on a start to finish mission over 2000 meters. Then there was a late surge by the rest of the runners, and all Siege Perilous could do was finish on 4th of 4 runners. The winner here was Star is Born, who won that race by 2.5 lengths. Number 2 is Summer Night. Summer Night, this run is from the Calcutta winter season in race number 105, where Summer Night was in front as they entered the home straight, was given a breather but then kicked away from the field, won that race by a length and a quarter, beating the Protector into second. Number 3 is Eastwood. Eastwood, this was in the monsoon season in race number 5, where Eastwood travelled over 1100 meters, was in 7th spot as they entered the home straight. Despite the jockey's best effort, all Eastwood could do was finish on 7th. The winner here was Delphine, who won that race by 2 3/4 of a length. Number 4 is Tigrio. This was in the monsoon season in race number 24, where Tigrio was in 4th spot, stayed on in 4th despite being a little closer to the winner than the others. The winner here was Stockbridge, and Tigrio has had a mock race since then, where it won the mock race. Number 5 is Sea Lion. Sea Lion, this was in the current season in race number 3, where Sea Lion was the favourite, went on a start to finish mission, then was looking like the race was coming to a halt for Sea Lion, but kept on battling. That's the brave horse that it is, but then eventually fell short by a long neck. The winner here was Basharat. Number 6 is Malwa. This run is from the previous season in winter, where race number 142, Malwa was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight, as you can see in the peacock blue and gold sleeves. Then Malwa came under pressure and eventually dropped back to 2nd last spot. The winner here was Tactical Command, who won that in a blanket finish. We move on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Aperitivo Handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. This is Basharat, number 1, who went over 1600 meters in his last start. That was in race number 3, where it was in 3rd spot after being a little slowly out of the gates, then came up with a run towards the inside, rode the rail to victory and beat Sea Lion by a long neck. Number 2 is Clever Hans. A little slowly out of the gates in his last start, Clever Hans was racing in 7th spot as they entered the home straight, then came up with a blistering run and eventually finished on 3rd of 7 runners. The winner here was Time and Tide, who won that race by a widening margin of 9 3/4 of a length. Number 5 is Silver Rita. This was in the monsoon season in race number 30, where Silver Rita was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight, then kept on finding something and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was 1000 Words, who won that race by a length. Number 6 is Jawai, top class out of Kabini. Couple of wins back to back for Jawai. This was in the monsoon season in race number 28, where Jawai was in 3rd spot, then went asked by Trevor to move. Jawai started to accelerate and won that race by 4 lengths, beating Great Goa into 2nd. The last runner for the day, number 8, Jolafet. Jolafet signed up the monsoon season with a win in race number 15 this season. In race number 6, where it went over 1100 meters, was in 7th spot as they entered the home straight, came up wide of the track and eventually finished on 5th of 9 runners. The winner here was Kalahari Gold, who won that race by 2.5 lengths. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races.